Now, here's your host.
Welcome to Public Report. I'm your host, Tanya Dixon. We're so glad that you tuned in with us today. Today I have with me Miss Rochelle Brooks. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. You are the founder of the MacNCheese Ministry.
Correct.
Okay, so you gotta let us know, what's the MacNCheese Ministry?
MacNCheese Ministry is, it started as a street ministry. I started it during a time when I was going through some health issues and divorce, and I just wanted to do something outside of myself for other people. I didn't know anything about hunger statistics or how many people were going hungry in my area. I just knew what I saw with my eyes. So I began cooking for people and taking dishes in my own car to areas where I knew homeless people would congregate. And from there, the mac and cheese was actually the popular item and easiest to make. So I began bringing that as a meal for people. Soon, I noticed that people that weren't homeless were in my line asking to taste the mac and cheese that they'd heard about. And from there, a lot of people took interest in it as a product. So I saw that as a way to build this into something that could help me continue the mission of feeding the hungry.
Right, okay. Now, we're definitely going to go back to that.
Sure.
But where did you get the strength or determination to even start doing something like that? Because let's face it, a lot of us recognize the homeless population. We see the homeless population and we say, oh, I wish I could do something. But, you know, there's kind of like a fear. There's a little bit of everything that keeps us from doing it.
Sure. So
what made you actually do it?
There's always a little fear when you're stepping out to do something new.
Right.
But my need to help people who might be in situations where they felt forgotten was more overwhelming than my fear. I knew what that felt like. I'd never been homeless, but I knew what that felt like going through my health issues and divorce and being separated from family and friends. I knew what that felt like.
Right.
And cooking was my therapy. So as I began to cook, and it became these outrageous amounts of food, and I just wanted to share. And so, like I said, my need to just kind of connect with people that might need that human connection was greater than my fear. And the first day I went out, I was afraid, but there were a lot of people that came up to me and were inviting and helped me understand the ropes, understand people that were living the lifestyle and how I could help.
Right.
So that made it a little bit easier.
Now, when you went out, it was just you by
Just
yourself?
me. Just me.
Okay. You and the Lord.
Me and the Lord. And so the mac and cheese to me is sort of the added bonus. When I get to places where I'm feeding people, I'm also there to feed not just their stomachs, but their spirits.
Right.
And so I pray with people. Okay. Some people just need a hug. Some people just need to know someone cares. So I believe that just showing up with armed with the love of Jesus Christ is enough. Like I said, the mac and cheese is an added bonus.
Is that what you initially wanted to do, though? You were attempting to feed them physically, but as well share the gospel with them?
I didn't know what God was going to do with me. I did just intentionally set out to meet a physical need. But as I did it, I started realizing that that void that people have, this is what Jesus called us to do, to be his hands and feet on the street. And so as I began to take these trips, it was like the Holy Spirit was leading me, talk to this person, do more. And as the conversation leads you, introduce Christ to them. And so that's what I've been doing. And so some people are open to it. Some people just want to feel connected. And so I give them just as much as they can handle or would like at that time. But I always leave myself open to be used by God.
Right. Where did you start initially?
I was living in the Raleigh area. And so I would just drive straight downtown, which was about 5 minutes from where I lived, and just start passing out mac and cheese, set up right on the concrete. I didn't have anything fancy, still don't. It's pretty much just out of my trunk. And I was working at the time, so I would use my paycheck to buy what I needed to make this happen. And eventually I stepped out on faith. I don't have my job anymore, and this is what I do full time. It's a challenge, but God's making a way.
Right, wow. So that first day or first time you did it, what was that initial response? You know, did people think, this lady's crazy? Or did they just, hey, I'm just going to accept it?
Absolutely. I mean, I can't say how much I was embraced by people in the homeless community. and how protective some of the people were. I think they just saw the Spirit of God, and they knew I wasn't there for anything malicious, because you do have people that do that. But they just kind of opened their arms and schooled me on how things work and who to deal with and what days to come, because it was important to me to come on days when everybody wasn't flooding the area with food. Like, it was important to me to come on days where they might not get a meal.
Gotcha.
And so I was just welcomed with open arms.
Now, how often maybe did you start out doing it? Was this once a month, once a week?
I was doing it 3 times a month. And
with your money?
With my money.
Right.
So that became difficult, but I'm still doing it. So now that I've begun to look at the bigger picture of what MacNCheese Ministry can be, I kind of had to pull back with just giving away. So now I put some structure to it, and now I have a different sort of schedule where not just the leftovers of what I prepare for the day, but also a portion of the profits that I make from the mac and cheese. Now I can pull them both together and provide meals. Okay,
well, since you're talking about the proceeds, you mentioned, I think off camera, that where are they going? Some of the proceeds.
The proceeds, yeah, the proceeds go right back into meal preparation for homeless people. So I like to say that every time you eat, someone else eats. So if you order mac and cheese, a direct percentage from that purchase goes towards the purchase of more food that I can give away.
Right. And when you talk about when you order, you're talking about the individuals that are not homeless.
Right.
That are ordering.
Right. So as I mentioned before, the mac and cheese became popular. So now I have an online store. People who are interested in catering or just getting an individual lunchbox on different days of the week, or just want something for a meal, their dinner time, they can order online. And once they order online, I deliver it to them free of charge. And then those profits are what are used to pay for other meals.
Great. I gotta ask, why mac and cheese? I mean, why not beans and franks? I mean, why mac and cheese?
You know what? I believe that God takes some of the strangest things and makes them great. It just so happened that with the meals that I was fixing in the beginning of sort of my troublesome time, I just kept messing with that mac and cheese recipe because I never really liked it.
Right.
And so I was determined I was going to make something that I liked.
Yeah.
And as people started tasting the meals, that was just the one thing they were like, everything is awesome, but this mac and cheese is great. And so I said, okay, well, I can make that in large quantities and share that easy. Yeah. And that's just kind of how it happened.
And you mentioned 7 different recipes?
Yeah, I do. I have several different recipes. There's an original gold. There's a white mac, a pancetta white mac, which is very popular. Lobster mac, spinach artichoke. Then there's a chef's choice. There are lots of different flavors to choose from.
Okay. And we have to say again that this is coming directly out of your pocket, other than the amount that's being ordered.
Yes.
And I imagine cheese alone is expensive.
I'm telling you, and people don't understand. Like, I don't use any regular cheeses. Like, most of my cheeses are high-end gourmet, very expensive. And so this has been a struggle. There have been people, the Greensboro community has really embraced me. There have been a couple of people and organizations that have said, let me help you, and donated funds.
Right, okay.
And so that's always an option. But yes, it's an uphill climb. Okay. But support is always welcome.
Okay. Well, before time is up, what's Mac and Cheese Monday?
Okay, Mac and Cheese Monday. Every Monday, I'm here in Greensboro, and people can go online to mkt.com/MacNCheese Ministry and order lunch boxes, or they can order the $5 mac and cheese bowl. And so I'm delivering all around Greensboro area on Mondays, and that's what I call Mac and Cheese Mondays.
Okay, great. And you said that's online. They can order online.
They can order online.
Great. All right. So, what other ministries or what other things are you participating in?
Right now, I'm working on looking into a social entrepreneur incubator because I'm trying to grow this organization. In the meantime, I'm open to partner with other organizations serving the homeless population. I know it's almost time for back to school. I will show up with kids' lunch boxes and help with those. So right now I'm inviting organizations to just reach out and let me know what their needs are, and I will get in where I fit in.
Right. So it's not just about you. You are open to partnership.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. So obviously, you're looking for donations, and so maybe you can make your plea to to our listening audience.
Absolutely. So I've been doing MacNCheese Ministry for over a year now, out of the trunk of my own car with my own money and my own time and resources. I have no help. This is me. I'm doing everything from cooking to delivering, and it's getting difficult. So I have a GoFundMe campaign that's been ongoing to help me raise funds for a food truck. It is gofundme.com/MacMobileKitchen. And that is definitely my next step, because if I can be mobile and cook on the go, I can definitely serve more places, serve more people, and be more flexible in, because I borrow kitchen space right now, and be more flexible in how I can serve people.
What about actual volunteers? Like, are you accepting people to actually come and volunteer their time?
Yeah, absolutely. If there are people who have some culinary experience and can move around in a commercial kitchen, or if there are people who just want to volunteer their time to ride along with me and help with handing out meals, absolutely. Okay. They can do that. I'm on Facebook. MacNCheese Ministry is the Facebook handle. Just follow and inbox me.
Now, did you have culinary experience?
Nope.
None. Just cooking out the kitchen.
Just cooking, yep.
And off camera, you did mention that you didn't like macaroni and cheese.
I didn't. And so I think, the gift of cooking is sort of passed down from great-grandma to grandma, that sort of thing. And so I just it comes from the soul. And so that's what I do. I cook with love and from the heart. And no culinary experience, but it still manages to come out to be pretty darn good.
Right. You have to say so
if
yourself.
I have to say so myself.
Okay. Well, let's give your contact information one more time.
Okay. I can be reached on Facebook at facebook.com/MacNCheese Ministry. That's MacNCheese Ministry. You can call me at 919-792-8094 or shoot me an email at MacNCheeseMinistry@gmail.com.
Okay, great, awesome. And obviously you see this ministry growing, correct?
I do. I have had a lot of help. As a matter of fact, the Greensboro Partnership, I participated in their startup program, and through that I was able to figure out that the mac and cheese was a great product, that it was sellable, and also they partnered me with UNCG Bryan School of Business, and they completed a marketing plan for me. And so good. I do see the growth potential in this, and I'm very committed and plan to see it through.
Okay, great. Guys, obviously this is a great program, a great ministry. And I mean, who does not like macaroni and cheese? Everybody likes macaroni and cheese. And she has different recipes for you. So if you don't like one, you're going to like one of the other ones. So reach out to her, contact her, see how you can help. Thanks so much. Stick around. We'll be right back.